Hello everybody, it's Wyvern here with another quick video just to discuss the DLC once again because we've gotten another update, another cool little infographic here, explaining things a little bit better. Obviously not ideally, but a little bit more information has come out, so I'm kind of just trying to stay updated and just keep up with everything. And of course there was also a Let's Play video of the upcoming High Elf vs Dark Elf DLC, so I also want to discuss that a little bit here as well. Because it did give us information on most of the new units, or on a good chunk of the new units, at least the recruitable ones, not the Regiments of Renown, and yeah, just kind of want to run through things. The Blood Voyage seems to be a pretty cool mechanic by the look of things. You can see here, we got a great little infographic here, but either way, going right through, we did get some nice info on the Blood Voyage. Pretty cool stuff. Lets you basically the armies you get out of that, they're unbreakable. They can't replenish, but they're unbreakable. They have great movement speed. They've got almost no upkeep, and you can kind of just throw them into the ground, and it's pretty cool. Definitely, I think better than say the WoW mechanic or something like that, which is kind of garbagey. The way they made the Blood Voyage. We also did get also did get to see the stats for some of these units. We didn't get to see Doomfire Warlocks as far as I was aware. Maybe I missed it, but I'm pretty sure we didn't. But we did get to see most of the others, and we didn't get to see Supreme Sorcerers or the Handmaiden of Avalorn, I do believe. But we did get to see some of the other ones. So the Sisters of Avalorn, turns out they are armor piercing. This is a huge information because it means that the High Elves are able to cover one of their biggest weaknesses. Currently, High Elves struggle quite a bit to shut down some monstrous unit spam. They struggle a bit versus heavy armor. This is a hard counter to all of that. With Sisters of Avalorn, can just pound their way through basically any defense. They've got magical damage, they've got fire damage. That's not good against dwarves, but against dwarves you don't need it as high because you just overwhelm them with infantry. So really a pretty powerful unit there with the Sisters of Avalorn. The other unit, the Shadow Warriors, looking at their stats, the Sisters of Avalorn basically look really similar to Shades, to Dark Elf Shades as far as their combat stats go. So definitely pretty solid there, and of course they do get martial prowess. Shadow Warriors also do get martial prowess, which wasn't mentioned in the information on Steam, but they do, and otherwise they're basically the High Elf equivalent of Scouts. Everything from range, 360 shooting, their crappy armor, their 60 model count. Basically all of it is similar to Scouts, but they do have better melee stats. Nonetheless, I wouldn't expect them to hold in melee. Not much better than Shades at any rate. They're basically comparable to Shades once again. Both of these units are pretty comparable to Shades in melee. But the Sisters of Avalorn definitely have a really strong 180 range. They're basically like roided up old style Starfire shafts, which is pretty crazy. And the Shadow Warriors are basically just High Elf Scouts with better melee. So definitely some pretty cool stuff. We didn't see the Doomfire Warlocks, but the Sisters of Slaughter are looking rather cool. They've got 60 melee defense from what I saw in the video. So they are. And we didn't get to see their special ability, but that crazy melee defense is going to be awesome. It gives them a shaft clearing unit that's cheap, that doesn't rely on armor to survive. They can kind of just, depending on how much shooting your opponent has, they can be very viable. One of the things, though, that was false on the information we had on Steam, though, is that they cause fear. As far as I could tell, they do not. It might have been because they cause fear, I think, when Martial Mastery goes off, or when Murderous Mastery goes off, but they don't by default cause fear. They do have their little special ability, which wasn't explained. They do have Murderous Mastery. They do have, I think, Frenzy. But they seem to be rather potent. They're much more defensive minded. Even though they only have 5 armor and a little bit of physical resist with 60 melee defense and poison, they're going to be, I think, rather tanky and definitely a relatively survivable unit. And I would expect their cost to be comparable to the Witch Elves. Could definitely be wrong, but my expectation would be they'll be similar to Witch Elves, give or take about 100, probably maybe somewhere between 800 and 900 gold is my guess. Then we are getting a new Legendary Lord. Now I don't really know what all this stuff entails. We are getting Aleth Nar, the Shadow King. So cool stuff. I was more hyped for him than I was for Alarielle for sure, actually. But it's gonna be awesome. Hopefully he's a ranged Legendary Lord, which would be awesome. Currently the only one we've got is Ryan, so definitely hyped for that. We got Shadow Realm, Spirit of Vengeance, a new right for him, so he's getting a major league sort of boost or changes here from normal high elves, just like just like Alarielle, or just like Hellebron relative to their base factions. New unique units. I don't know what either of these really mean. I don't know if these are supposed to be regiments of renown or heroes. I assume the Shadow Walker is a hero, actually. The reason I assume that is because we already are getting Shadow Warriors with Alarielle. So that's my guess, but I could be wrong. But that is definitely my assumption, is that this is a hero. It's probably going to be similar to a Waystalker, assuming. But I could be wrong, and I don't really understand what. I don't even think these are units that were on the tabletop off the top. I could be mistaken. If you guys know, be sure to post down below and explain your thoughts there, and tell me why I'm wrong. I'd love to know. Honestly, I don't really have much of a clue about what these could be. Of course, then the main sort of the Norsca update, which a lot of people here have been waiting for. And so looking through it, of course, Norsca's coming out. They're getting new monster hunts, new techs. This makes a lot of sense. What I assume these mean, the new monster hunts we've already had mentioned. There's 4 of them. The new techs are probably going to be related to the capitals. You're probably going to get one for the Lizardmen, High Elf, just the major capitals. So Lothern, Naggarond, and the other one, whatever other ones there are. But basically rewards for capturing the capitals there is what I would assume, though there might be some other new tech as well that I might not be thinking about. Dwarves are getting a massive rework, and this is awesome. This means they're basically going to be a fully fleshed out faction relative to their tabletop status. They're going to have Giant Slayers. They're only missing maybe like one hero, Slayer hero, but really, who cares? You get Giant Slayers. You get Ungrim, Gestar, and Karak-Ydrein. New skills, which I assume are going to be new skills on Ungrim. I could be wrong. I don't know. But we are also getting Dwarf Forging, so that mechanic people have been asking for is coming. Ever since the Tomb Kings got crafting, people have been asking for the dwarves to get crafting, and it looks like that dream's going to come true. So that's pretty awesome, in my opinion. I'm definitely kind of hyped for that. And we'll see what sort of items you can craft. It could end up being total garbage, but you never know. Maybe it won't. Then for new units, this is also rather fun. Dark Elf Feral Manticore. Well, it's a filler. It was apparently on their roster in tabletop, and this is basically irrelevant. Feral Manticore currently sucks, so this isn't even worth considering. But the two mages are pretty awesome. Getting Lore of Heavens and Lore of Shadows for the High Elf Mage, getting Lore of Beasts and Death for the Dark Elf Sorceress. So I think that's pretty awesome, by my reckoning. You get some of these lores are absolutely amazing. Honestly, I love having both Heavens and Shadows. Beast is decent, and Death is going to be awesome. The fact that the Dark Elves are going to have access to these new lores, and I was wondering why they didn't get implemented before, but apparently they're just going to add them now. So good stuff. We're basically getting more and more of our lores fleshed out. It's going to make these factions a little more competitive, because currently Empire is, granted, they don't really need to be much more competitive, but they're getting a lot of, especially the High Elves are getting some huge boosts that are filling in major holes in their composition. Thanks to the Sisters of Avalorn, and thanks to the these new Lords of Magic. And currently Empire, of course, dominates the magic field, but these guys will start probably beating them in that, which is, I suppose, as it should be. Empire needs to rely on its gunpowder. Some new landmark buildings. Sword of Cain, battle maps for campaign and custom battles. So the Sword of Cain, the Sword of Cain is, as far as I was able to see in the Let's Play video, it's basically a crazy weapon that you can unlock. That gives you some charges of a Vortex spell that causes Madness of Cain. It gives you plus 450, I think, armor piercing damage, which is absolutely ludicrous. That means that even a crappy lord, even a goblin shaman will be hitting like a truck. It gives him plus 25 melee attack, plus 450, I think, armor piercing. So even a gobbo shaman would hit like a truck, much less anything else. So shaman. So it's ridiculous, but we'll see. It does come with its own set of disadvantages as well. Downgrades to provincial order and downgrades to relations. So not all good, but definitely cool. So that's actually an item we're getting, but I don't think this is what they mean here. I think that item is actually tied to this. But we're also getting battle maps for campaign and custom battles. So that's going to be lots of fun, I think. And of course, the 30th anniversary regiments for down are being thrown in. So lots of goodies. Massive update. Triple if you're getting if you're buying the DLC, you're getting a triple update here, and really some good stuff. And it's still, like I said, not everything we got, and more here. And supposedly this when they showed the Sword of Kain, I assumed that was what they kind of meant with the Monster Seeker, but it's not. And a lot of people are speculating it's either a Bloodrack Medusa or a Charybdis, so we'll see. I'm definitely hoping for the Charybdis personally, but I know a lot of people are expecting Medusa, and I'm not going to complain either way. So definitely looking forward to see what it's up. And yeah, so I do hope you guys found this a little informative. In case you missed this infographic here, and in case you didn't get to watch the Let's Play, just kind of summing up a few of the more important features. And yeah, I definitely think this is going to be a fun little patch. Definitely thinking it's going to be pretty awesome DLC. The fact that they're constantly adding new units also gives me some hope for the units that they're missing, that they might be added later on as a free DLC. So definitely looking forward to it. I do hope you guys enjoyed. I do hope you find this informative, and if you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe down below to keep up with the additional content updates. As usual, guys, I do appreciate you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.